Welcome back to Fit for Life. We're going to do something different today. Um, there are so many things that I've given you through the year, the last 2 years, I think now. I just want to kind of bring it all together and let you know what we should be doing, what you should be doing for yourself, how often. Just put everything kind of more in perspective. I want to talk about the 6 basic fitness components. We need all of them, but I want you to know exactly what they are and why they're important and why that you should be doing them. And no, you can't do all of them all of the time. So I'm going to just kind of go through the list, explain it. We're going to take each fitness component and talk about what it is and maybe do a little example of it, something like that. It's year end, and you want to start thinking about New Year's resolutions and things like that, and what you're going to do to make yourself feel better, right? To stay good, you want to increase your energy, you want to increase your strength, you want to walk more. Well, if you can't walk in bad weather, you can do aerobics. That's another one of the basic fitness components. So I'm going to try to put them all together and give examples of all of them so that you'll know what I'm trying to accomplish here. So thanks for joining me today, for tuning in. And I just want to start with why exercise at all? Why bother? It can be so boring. Sometimes you don't feel like it. If you really don't feel well, maybe you shouldn't do it. So we're going to start there. One of those important things to us as seniors, I think, is to stay independent. I think about that all the time when I'm doing intricate things. Will I be able to do this in a few years? I don't want other people to do it for me. I want to be able to do it. So it's nice to kind of plan ahead and do what you can to stay independent as long as possible. There is life after retirement. Believe it or not, I've been retired for 3 years and I'm busier than ever and I can feel it. So sometimes we have to pull back a little bit. It prevents falls. What prevents falls? Strength training. You can't expect to maintain your strength if you don't stress those muscles a little bit. How do we do that? We do it with weights, right? We do it with bands. We do it with exercise equipment. There are many ways to maintain our strength. So we have to decide what we're going to do. Move it or lose it, as they say. We used to say that years ago. But what about your energy now that you're getting older? I don't know about you, but I get tired faster. I used to be able to do housework for 6 hours at a time and still go out and do groceries, and I'm finding I can't do both anymore. So maybe I should cut back on what I do when I'm in the house, right? So you have to kind of pick and choose what you're going to do, but the important things are those basic fitness components, with strength being one of them. But there's another basic fitness component which is especially important for those of us with arthritis. And it's what? Stretching. So we need strength, and we need what else? We need flexibility. So just do a few stretches with me. We're not going to work too hard today. I hope you're not disappointed, but I think you should know what I'm trying to do here and what you can do for yourself. There really is life after retirement. Let's do a little stretch. Bring those arms up. Good. Very gently push back. These are things sometimes I just do when I'm sitting at the table and reading for long periods of time. So we have to maintain flexibility. If not, we're going to get shorter and shorter and rounder, and we don't want that. Okay, it's just too easy to sit like this all day and sit at the table and round over and watching TV and relaxing. You have to straighten up every now and then. And just do it. You're not going to have any upper body strength at all. So again, strength comes in with our weights or our bands. Now, what about our heart and lungs? A lot of us aren't going to walk in the wintertime. I think we're nervous about the ice, things like that. But that doesn't mean you can stop doing aerobics. Watch me, I'm going to stand without holding on right away. I'm strengthening my legs, right? So put some music on. I don't know what else you can do. Maybe read a book while you do it. And just jog in place. Jog in place. And if you want, you can lift your feet up like you're really running, or you can walk around your living room or the bedroom, wherever you're exercising, maybe downstairs. If you have a treadmill, you are way ahead of the game. Keep that in mind. Now, for those that cannot put pressure on this area, you could just march in place. There's always something that you can do. I like to dance. I used to teach it, and I never got over it. I love to dance. And when I hear music, it makes me want to move. And then you can do your little aerobic stuff, just kicking out. Isn't that easy? That isn't too difficult. But let me tell you this. I believe those are the three main things that we need. But we also need exercise for the mind. So that's why we do yoga, because yoga is a mind-body exercise. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So it's important to manage your stress. And yoga can also do that for you. That deep breathing will manage your stress. That's another basic fitness component. Another one is nutrition. And I can't really demonstrate that. I'm not going to show you how I eat, but what I do eat now is more vegetables. Those bright colors, the beets and greens and carrots and things like that. We need more vegetables and fruits. Some people don't like certain fruits, but you've got to find something you do like. We cannot live on just carbohydrates. We do need them, but make them healthy, make them whole wheat carbohydrates when you eat. Please don't eat white bread anymore, unless your doctor told you to do that, and I really don't think a doctor would tell anyone to eat white bread. So the whole wheat stuff is really healthy. I think there's a white whole wheat flour that might make it more palatable for you. So nutrition is another thing that you have to think about, right? How about your balance? I think that's one of the most important things, and one of the things that we kind of worry about, especially in the cold weather. So that's why year end, the snow is coming, the ice is coming. There are things you can do at home to improve your balance. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to stand up again. I'm going to give you the easiest way to improve your balance and strengthen your lower leg. I'm going to stand this way. I could also do it this way. Might be easier. If you want to try some of this with me, you can stand behind your chairs or to the side of your chair to do it. Just lift those heels up. I was doing that yesterday. I said, I haven't been out as much. We do need the fresh air too. Up and down. So just lifting the heels up. It's called the heel lift. Really important. Anything I've ever done with balance or anything I've read about it kind of starts with these very simple strengthening exercises. Try doing it with holding on with one finger, so that will improve your balance, or try it without holding on at all and just lifting those heels up. Okay? Now we're going to bend those legs to relax. Another thing we can do to strengthen the lower leg, or the leg, I didn't mean lower leg, the weaker leg, is to do some more of those heel lifts on the weaker leg, on the weaker side. So instead of both heels coming up, you're going to lift the heel on the weaker leg and do a set on just that one leg to try to balance your strength a little bit. Thought this one was kind of nice and important. Will it work for everyone? I don't know. It depends on how often you do it and whether you can do it at all. But try to do 10 repetitions of both feet, maybe 2 sets of 10, and then another 1 or 2 sets on that weaker leg. But then you're going to have to stretch. That's where our stretching comes in. So we can do our good stretch, pointing, ball of the foot, pull the heel down. You should feel a stretch in your calf muscle. Can you feel that? If you don't, you need to go back a little bit more. So let's try it together. So it's a lunge. It's kind of a lunge. So you're strengthening the forward leg, stretching the leg in the back. And if you can let go, you're improving your balance right there. Or hold on with one hand, but we need to stretch that calf muscle when we're doing certain exercises. All right, let's try the other side. You're going to touch the toe. Ball of the foot comes down, then the heel. I don't feel a stretch, but I have long legs, so I'm going to go back a little bit farther. Try to get the heel down, but feel the stretch in your calf muscle. So strengthening, stretching, improving your balance by letting go and just standing here. Bring those arms up, the yoga hands here, and bring the arm down. So that's not too difficult. Again, I know it might sound confusing. I'm talking fast and I'm talking about a lot of different things, but you have to do something, or people will have to do something for you. And we want to stay independent, as I said before, as long as possible and delay our time of disability or maybe eliminate it altogether. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And I think you know what I'm talking about. So strength is important. You don't need to do it every single day. Twice a week is sufficient once you've gained strength that you might need. So sometimes we need to get a little stronger first by doing the strength training. So you need twice a week with a day or two in between. So right away, you don't have to think about, well, should I do it today? Twice a week is good, but not the same muscle group 2 days in a row. The tissue needs to repair itself. So keep that in mind. See, I keep reminding myself that I need to sit up straight. You need strong upper body muscles for good posture. So we know we need what? We need strength training, and we need flexibility. We've already done a little bit, but I'm going to do the Grecian statue again. We've done it many times. Come forward in your chair, and this is kind of a full body stretch. And we just did it in the last show, actually. So you're kind of on an angle. One foot is back. Make sure this leg isn't over here. The thighs have to be parallel so you're not straining, okay? Reaching down for your ankle or your shin, lifting up, pulling back so you're stretching. Now this is seated. There are stretches we can do standing, but some people can't do them. But I think everyone can do the seated stretch. Look up at the ceiling and pull back at the same time. If you can let go of the chair, reach forward and pull back at the same time. Pretty good, huh? But some of you have done this before, so we'll just bring that leg down. We're going to stretch the back of the leg now. This is especially if we've been working out or if we've taken a walk or maybe we have been dancing in front of the TV, like I do a lot. Keep your back straight, hand right here, and come forward. So you won't be able to reach your toe now. We're just stretching the back of the leg. If you want to round over, you might be able to touch that toe. Okay, just keep it in mind. And then we'll do the other side. Good. Giving you a lot of stuff today, aren't I? Lifting, pulling back, reaching forward. So you're kind of balancing here too a little bit, but it's a wonderful full body stretch. So we did one standing and now we're doing one seated. So you can benefit from seating, from sitting in a chair. All right, bring that leg forward, heel down, toes up, back straight, and then come forward. It's not a really pleasant feeling, but you know you're alive, that's for sure. And you know you're doing something good for yourself. All right, so strengthening twice a week, a couple of days in between. Aerobics, it would be nice if you could walk every day. But sometimes we can't walk outside, so remember to stand in front of that TV and bounce around a little, jog in place. Flexibility, thousands of ways of stretching. We did a lot of stretching with our yoga class, if you did join in with me that day. Proper nutrition, especially around the holidays. Try to stick to the proteins, the little Swedish meatballs, Italian meatballs, and maybe the dips with veggies and things like that. Of course, you're going to have a couple of cookies. You're going to gain a couple of pounds. That's okay, because you'll take it off. You'll make those New Year's resolutions, and you'll take it easier in January. But don't deny yourself everything unless you're on a really special diet, and you have to. And I know you all have common sense, right? We did work a little bit on balance, which is kind of a newer basic fitness component, and I think probably one of the most important. And as far as stress management, there are ways to do that. Um, I find that I don't listen to music as much when I'm working around the house, and I find when I do put on some new age music or some classical music, just kind of take a breath. The minute I turn it on, it just relaxes you. So keep music in mind, especially the softer type of music. New age, of course, sometimes can put you to sleep too. Or try yoga, or try a meditation class. Um, try Pilates. I don't know if that's, well, no, that's kind of meditative. It can be sometimes, but that's also great for stretching, isn't it? And maybe some of you are doing that already. And I want you all to remember, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. And I think the doctor of the future is going to prescribe a healthy diet for people, and drinking more water, and reducing your stress. The mind and the body are connected. So I hope I put things in order for you a little bit. Let you know why we do this, why I do it. It's for life. We can still enjoy our lives if we're over 18, right? But it's been a pleasure doing this with you all year, and I'm going to continue doing it as long as I can. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. So I'm going to wish you a happy holiday. I'm going to wish you especially a happy new year, and let's hope the new year is better for all of us. So I'll see you next time. Bye for now.